Hi everyone! It's time for a little experiment, which may or may not kill me. We'll see. So we're going to try a couple of bottles, but first let me get through a few things. Let me just show you what I'm making recently. This is a two-stage Makgeolli, and I put some souk in it, some mugwort. So you can actually see little green bits on the side there. I just put the souk in yesterday, so we'll see what happens with this when I filter it. And good news, I have my specialized books that I mentioned in the last video. I passed the test for beer ingredients and processes. So I know all about the stuff that goes into beer and how to make beer, like the process of brewing. So I have my little badge, so I've passed that online exam, and that's finished. Yay! So, what are we doing today? Let's do the main focus here. So I have 2 bottles of Neurin Maeul. You know it's one of my favorites. It's one of everyone's favorites. This one I got a few days ago at Latte Mart, and it has a best before date of February 1st. So today is the 16th. Yeah, so this goes off in a few weeks. Actually, there's little bubbles forming in the bottle there. Let's shake it a little bit. Yeah, lots of bubbles forming. So this is pretty fresh. Still got a couple of weeks to go. This one, this is not. I purposefully left this in the fridge for a month and a half after its sell-by date. It won't kill me. But I've never done this before, so we'll see kind of what happens with the flavors. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because Julia, my teacher, said that she knows this guy who will not drink Sonmyeong-sop Makgeolli unless it's been in his fridge for 3 months. Like, past him buying it. Past the date of kind of best before date. So, not being a big fan of Sonmyeong-sop, I decided to do this with Neurin Maeul. So, let's get this shaken up. Nice and white. This one, like, you can already see it's like a lot yellower. I'm not scared, but it does make me wonder. Yeah, that's frightening. Well, actually, let's mix both of them up first, and we'll see what they look like. Okay, yeah, the bottom has separated, so this is all incorporated. Yeah, that's good. Nothing, if you leave Makgeolli for like a year, getting that stuff off the bottom, even if you shake, it's a real pain in the ass. So here is the old stuff. Here's the new stuff. Yeah, like this one's a lot whiter. All right, interesting. So let's do the control. Let's get the nice standard Neurin Maeul experience. Like I said, it's very velvety. The texture is really nice. It flows very well. A little bit of vanilla on there. God, that's nice. Oh, it just has that super, just tiny bit of sweetness, tiny bit of tartness, nice vanilla right through the flavor. Now, what happens if you let it just kind of relax and sit for a month and a half past its sell-by date? Let's give it a smell first. Again, I'm not worried, but it is, I've never done this, so I don't know. Wow. Good Lord, it's funky. I think some of the things that could have happened is like the yeast could have died. And you know, anything dead in your drink is gonna start decomposing, right? And start to give off like a mushroomy, and yeah, there is a little bit of that in there. Mushroomy kind of flavor, or well, flavor, yeah, but that's later. Smell. Smell now. Wow. Huh. There's a really brown kind of color muffin called Makgeolli, which is all the same price. It's actually the butter that I makes this. And it has that like kind of like thicker. Oh. Ew. Okay, no, that's not pleasant. It takes a while, but it hits. It's pretty dry, and there's a bit of sourness to it, a tiny bit. But then, like, once you swallow it and you kind of relax, there's, like, this metallic, like, mushroomy funk to it. Ugh, yeah, that's not nice. Yeah, I imagine that's just because all the sugar's been eaten, right? It's had so long. The yeast have had such a long time to get everything finished with the sugars and the rice. And I imagine that a lot of them have maybe passed away, and the enzymes, too, that are in there have maybe just given up. and now I'm kind of just enjoying their corpses that have just been hanging out in the ricey part here at the bottom that now I've shaken up throughout the whole drink, right? Oof, the retronasal too is not nice. When I'm kind of exhaling, it brings up, it kind of goes right across the tongue and it just, ugh. Yeah. Yeah, it's just like a kind of barnyardy, kind of mushroomy funk to it that's just not nice. And I've had some Makgeollis that are really good, that have been aged. Last Thursday I had one that was aged 3 years. But the alcohol content's a lot higher, so that protects a lot of the Makgeolli and the actual product from going way off like this is. This is only 6%, right? There's a lot of water in here. The more alcohol you have, the longer you can age it, which the best example of that is whiskey and stuff like that. You can age that, you know, minimum whiskey you're going to get at the store is like 12 years, right? You can age that forever. But that's because the water content's so low. It's 40% alcohol, right? This is 6. It's not even the same league of drink. Ugh, that retronasal again when I talk. All right, it was interesting as an experiment. Let's go back to the normal one. God, the texture is different too. There's almost like an oiliness to this. Like this one, like I said, is very smooth. Just like in, out, well, in, down, I should say. Out comes later. That's about 3 hours, yeah. But this one, I can see the top. Yeah, as you can see, there's like this kind of gross film on the aged one, and it's not so much. There's a little bit of a film on the new one, but it's a lot more bubbly. It's a lot less like an oil slick. Ooh. Anyway, so I can't recommend aging Neurin Maeul for a month and a half. However, if you do want to age stuff, what you want to do is make sure that it's of a higher alcohol content. So I don't have a number per se, but you want it to kind of be at least 14 or 15. If you make your own Makgeolli, just don't cut it with anything. That's enough. Also, if you're going to age your stuff, get rid of that sediment and all that shit that accumulates at the bottom. Siphon the good stuff off the top, bottle that, it's called racking, and then age that, because all that enzyme, yeast kind of garbage, that's going to settle. And if you don't incorporate that into something that you're aging, those yeast cells can't die, the enzymes can't die, the rice sediment can't transform into something that's kind of gross, all the oil and the proteins that are in the rice, that can't go off either. So if you're going to age it, make sure it's at least 15% alcohol, and then make sure that sediment at the bottom is left behind and then discarded. My next video, I won't be at home. I'm going to be somewhere else, thank Christ. But I'm very excited. I'm going to blow pretty decent chunk of money on something, and I'm going to show you. So until next time, keep drinking, keep aging. Not you, I mean the alcohol. Well, I guess you're going to age anyway, so put a bright spin on it. Keep aging every second of the day. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Have a good night.